Welcome back Monday morning here on Squawk Box Asia. We're back with Sean Callow from Westpac Bank down in Sydney, and Kirby Daley stays with us from the Newedge Group live out of our studios in Hong Kong. He is our guest host for the next 2 hours of the show. And if you want a question for Kirby, or for that matter, Sean, get him in. Email us at squawk@cnbcasia.com. Gents, we were talking about, the Fed last week saying exceptionally low rates are going to be with us for an extended period of time. We had the G20 finance ministers and central bank chiefs meeting in Scotland over the weekend, and they essentially said the same thing. But what about the issue of timing the exit, Curb? How important is that?
Well, it's the most important issue that we're going to be facing in the coming years, without a doubt. And I say coming years because it's going to be a long, drawn-out process in some cases. This is what's going to make the currency markets especially a very, very interesting place to be watching. There will be no coordinated effort of tightening across the world. We've already seen that there isn't coordinated efforts, and there cannot be. The question is, I think, for 2010, is there really going to be the type of economic recovery that will warrant the kind of tightening or exit strategies beginning that we're seeing in the rhetoric? Have we not gotten ahead of ourselves, even in what we're thinking is going to really play out in 2010 and 11? And will we see those plans for early exit strategies and early rate hikes begin to be rolled back? I suspect that we will.
Okay, I almost know the answer to the question, but I'll ask it anyway. So what kind of recovery are we going to get next year, Curb?
I think we're going to, well, again, without the U.S. extending stimulus, extending incentive programs in a big way, we could be in a double-dip recession in the U.S. in 2010, by the end of 2010, putting the world economy back into a very bad state.
Sean Callow, double-dip next year, yes or no?
Our baseline forecast actually has a negative in Q2 GDP, so at the very least, people will be talking about a double dip at that stage of the game, perhaps middle of next year. We think it could be reasonably shallow, but certainly if you look at the destruction of wealth of the household balance sheets, then and as I mentioned, the ongoing contraction in consumer credit, then the signs are that it will be difficult to sustain the recovery.
All right, Chihuahua. Okay, listen, gents, got to go. Sean, great to talk to you, and see you again. Sean Callow from Westpac Bank down in Sydney. We'll get back to Kirby Daley, our guest host from the Newedge Group up in Hong Kong. Again, questions for Kirby, get them in. Email us at squawk@cnbcasia.com.